Otherwise, ഈ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടണ്ടേ അവസാനം നമ്മുടെ ഈ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് എന്താ കാര്യം 5 years if you are continuing as a congressman in a Congress government, they won't take brash decisions. Same thing applies here, if LDF government is there, they will not take certain decisions which are, because they will only look for 5 years, and they know that next year it will change.
In your 35 plus career, you might have worked at both the left and also
Yes.
Congress-led government.
Yes.
So how do you rate, the two kinds of political setup?
See, this is good as well as bad for Kerala. Good because, except for last time, when the government got repeated, we never had a same government continuing for next 5 years. Earlier days, if you see the coalition politics, if I've seen the history of Kerala, elections, it used to be not even 5 years. 1 year, 2 years, like that, Nambudiri path onwards, if you see that. I've worked with them, both. Ideology is different. The working style is different. But the point is that I didn't come here for politics. So I didn't get aligned with them. I work for the government. I don't work for the politicians. And you call a spade a spade. You see, I have the advantage of being an outsider who cannot be branded as a Christian or a Muslim or a Irva or a Nair or a Pinnoka Samadhan. They won't find any relatives who are aligned to any political parties. So why should I lose that advantage? I kept myself aloof from this, kept myself as away from the political things by not getting too close to anyone. You do your job and get out of it.
For a bureaucrat who wants to get the work done, is there any difference working under two different, UDF government and LDF governments?
There's a difference in the sense that the 5 years if you are continuing as a congressman in a Congress government, they won't take brash decisions because they know next government can review it. Same thing applies here, if LDF government is there, they will not take certain decisions which are, because they will only look for 5 years, and they know that next year it will change.
So they are cautious.
They're cautious, definitely.
It's on their mind.
It's there in mind.
We're not going to be in power after 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So there'll be inquiries, if they do something nonsense, it will be inquiry. They will open, some issues will be opened and they'll be landing into trouble. But unfortunate part of that is there is no continuity because you only plan for 5 years. You're not planning for 10 or 15 years, unlike other states. You need to have a short-term as well as long-term vision for the state.
So last time was the LDF government really hopeful that they will come back?
I have no idea. I didn't know all this because I retired just before the elections came. But I did mention my retirement interview that Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan is a good leader. He's a good administrator. That's what I said. Leader I don't know because I'm not from political parties. But administrator, my dealing with him, I have made it very, very clear. In my retirement speech, I said that. He takes a decision. He talks about the welfare of the state. And we need people to take strong decisions. We don't want today a cabinet decision taken next day cancelling it. I have seen it in various governments. What's in it?
Especially at the UDF.
Let's not name anybody. Because you see, that happens mainly because some of them are with very minor, very small majority. So they have to compromise. There are pressures among the partners, big brother, small brother passion. But then political, let it be for the politicians to play. Why should we? And that's one of the reasons I didn't go for publicity also. I remember when Srimati teacher joined, initially she was unhappy that I am not attending many functions, So one day I had to tell, Madam, ഈ പത്രത്തിൽ എൻ്റെ ഫോട്ടോ വന്നാൽ ആരും വായിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നില്ല. എൻ്റെ നാട്ടുകാർ അവിടെ ആരുമില്ല, ബന്ധുക്കാർ ആരുമില്ല. My wife also can't read this newspaper. She won't even open it. രണ്ടാമത്തെ എനിക്ക് ഇലക്ഷൻ മത്സരിക്കാൻ താല്പര്യമില്ല. How does it matter whether Vishwas Mehta is there every day of the newspaper or not? I will attend important international functions, but not every day because my job is to handle the secretariat, to see that the files don't get rot there. They are implemented. Unfortunate part in bureaucracy, which I have seen in many places, center as well as here, everybody talks a lot. നൂറുകണക്ക് ആളുകൾ ഒരു റൂമിൽ വിളിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 100 അഭിപ്രായങ്ങൾ പറയും. How many of them can be taken decisions? Let us say 10 decisions have been taken. How many of them can be implemented? Has anybody bothered to implement it? പിന്നെ ഈ തീരുമാനം എടുത്തിട്ട് എന്താ കാര്യം? If you can't implement it. Dr. Anand Bose is one of those exceptions I mentioned in my book. No matter what is his political dispensation, whether he's governor or not governor, but as a collector I have seen, I learned so much from him. He is a man of ideas and he knew how to implement it. That's how Nimbati Kendras came. That's how all the district tourism promotion councils came. But several of the ideas could not be implemented. That's a different thing. But in a short span as a collector of Kollam, he started a concept which all of us accepted. You see, this conversion of district hospitals to medical colleges was started when it was Congress government. Ghulam Nabi Azad was minister. The present government continued. Why? Because the concept was good. It was logical. It was benefiting people, right? So our job after few years of working in the field is to contribute in policy decisions, not to get rotting into the systems and get into the fires. Otherwise, ഈ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടണ്ടേ അവസാനം? നമ്മുടെ ഈ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് എന്താ കാര്യം? Otherwise, ഈ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടണ്ടേ അവസാനം? നമ്മുടെ ഈ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് എന്താ കാര്യം? If people don't get anything, this is what Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi said. You look at the last man on the bottom was whether he gets, as an effect of your decision, whether he gets his bread or not, his butter or not, his water or not. And that is what I looked at it. I looked at it as something which God has given me an opportunity to serve people without fear, without favor, without prejudice. I should do that. And let me tell you about my background, which, since none of you would have read the book, my grandmother was 26 years old when she got widowed in Dungapur. My father, my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, myself, my sister, everybody is born in Dungapur. It is like a frog in a small well. You don't know there is a big ocean outside. There was not even a degree college there. Surrounded, 70% is tribals. I'm not a tribal, but we belong to this small community who were not able to go out of that place. Now, my father was 2 years old when his father died. He doesn't remember his face. He studied in the street lights, borrowed clothes and books. But he was very good in studies. He was studying when my mother was working. I was born already. You imagine the background. If I think I am in IAS because Vishwas Mehta is one of the best thing or greatest thing which has happened, it's not true. I should not forget that background. I landed in IAS because of these 3 generations of struggle. I landed because of what they did. My grandmother used to cook on the firewood for a boarding school where Rajput boys were studying. They used to throw the roti back. And she used to wonder, that the rotis which these privileged boys are throwing back, even she doesn't have in her house, where 3 kids are waiting. How can I forget that background? This book actually is not about me. It starts with that. And these are absolutely truth. Nobody knows about it. My friends don't know about it. My colleagues, my friends don't know about it. Because how can I talk about it, Is it self-glorification? No. I came into civil services because of these people, 3rd generation. And that imbibed me the strength, courage and moral values and ethics to give back to the society. And I'm not at all disappointed. I'm very happy with that.